cutting knife, a bevel tool, a tape measure, a jigsaw, and a pencil. Spacers, a hammer, a tapping block, and a crowbar will also come in handy. Installing laminate flooring does not have to be a chore. With the right preparation and tips, you'll end up with a beautifully finished floor, especially if you follow these steps. You'll first have to measure the room in order to place the flooring. This not only limits cutting waste, but also ensures that you don't end up with a board of 2 centimeters wide and that your floor will be solidly installed. A wall is not always completely straight or square, so it's best not to use it as a guideline. That's the reason why you don't place the first row of boards against the wall, but you start away from it. After about 3 rows, you can start working towards the wall. You can measure the room easily by dividing the room width by the board width. This way, you'll know immediately how many full boards the room will take. It's best to end with an equal width at both ends of the floor, so take this into account. Measure to where you'll get to with full boards and mark the end point by drawing a line on the wall. Professional tip: draw your reference points on the wall. This way, you can see them at any time during measuring. Cut the boxes. Cut the packaging open at the side to reduce the risk of cutting into a board. Browse the manual, but give yourself some space. This makes working easier. Professional tip: a floor installation is often started from a corner or against the wall, but it's easier and more efficient if you start away from the wall. This enables you to start with full-width boards as well. When you measured, you drew a line on the wall to indicate where you'll get to with full boards. There, start with a few full rows. Use the jigsaw to saw to the correct length. Do you have an off-square wall at the end? This is easily solved with the bevel tool. Measure the correct angle, draw it on a board, and saw the board on that line. Place the spacers, those black blocks, against the wall. This way, you're giving the floor some leeway under the influence of fluctuating moisture levels. Professional tip: put the spacers where 2 boards click into each other. This keeps everything in place even better. Continue until you have about 3 rows. Placing laminate is easy. Keep your new board on a slight angle with regard to the other board and click them together with a toppling movement. Quick step laminate can also be clicked in completely flat or horizontally. Ideal for strange angles or for that last board. As soon as a few boards have been placed, you can start working whilst sitting on your new floor. This gives you more control and it's a bit easier to work toward your body. Professional tip: start your new row with the remainder of your previous row. This way, your boards will be staggered a bit better instead of all just next to each other. And bear in mind that the space between 2 joints of adjacent boards must be at least 30 centimeters. You have about 3 rows ready. Time to saw the board against the wall to size. First, finish off the underlay and place a new board on the last full board of the floor. Use a piece of surplus to draw a sawing line on that board. Then you don't have to measure everything. Start in the corner and then slide down. This is how you measure how wide this board should be. Click the last row of boards in, close tight with the crowbar and put the spacers in between. Need more tips? Take a look at the other quick step tutorials.